Hello, everyone. Welcome to Club 33 of Inside Infinity, episode number 33, recorded March 3rd, 2014. You might have saw that awesome picture that we showed up on the screen just a moment ago. That was from our good friend Travis from Vinylmation Kingdom. Travis, thank you so much for that picture, buddy. That was awesome.
You're welcome. How to celebrate 33, so...
Yeah, do you just want to explain it a little bit? I'm bringing it up on screen.
You told me it was episode 33 today, and today's March 3rd, 33, and I figured why not celebrate with a Club 33, homage. So
that totally makes sense. That is awesome, man. Really appreciate that.
We've lost Will. Perhaps we should just introduce ourselves then.
We lost Will. The weirdest ever.
Will be back. G'day, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm going to introduce myself here, and I'm slightly disappointed because I thought Club 33 episode meant that we were all getting someone donated as members.
I wish.
I thought we were members of 33 from here on out, but I guess that's not the case.
I wish Pirate was on this episode, because have you heard some of the crazy details about how difficult it is to get in Club 33? Like, have you heard that George Clooney has been on the waiting list for like a decade and doesn't get accepted?
Really?
Yeah.
What have I got?
I have a friend of mine that she's like, you want to come out to California? I'm like, I don't know. She goes, you come out, I'll take you to Club 33. I'm like, okay, I'll come out to California. So one of these days.
Jason, I want you to be the witness to this. This is the part of the show where I completely freak out. Travis, I'm right here. I am in Disneyland like twice a month. Why are you not telling your friend to take me instead of you? Stop being so selfish. Why are you always thinking about number one?
I'm sorry.
Come on, man. Throw me a bone.
Steve, did you just try to take over the show?
No, Jason did. I was salvaging it.
Awesome.
Welcome, Steve C, to the round table.
Thanks, guys. I like this. Thanks for having me.
Will, back to you.
Back to me. So, Travis, you've been to Club 33, you jerk?
No, I have a friend that wants to take me to Club 33 next time out of California, and now Steve wants me to give it my invitation to him.
Well, I think you should.
Point. I agree. Thank you, Will, for echoing my thing. If she's not taking you, then she's taking nobody. So you're wasting a valuable Club 33 assets. And let me be honest, I would take pictures and send them to you. I would tell you about it. We could talk about it on the show. Just get out of your own skin for a second, man, and think about the team. Jeez.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't even know if you're worthy anymore, Travis. The fact that you are like still sitting in that chair after you have an invite. You weren't on a plane like that next day.
I have real life, man. I just got done with Toy Fair. I'm still trying to get over that, so we'll get to it.
That's okay, and we can't be too upset with you because you have some awesome news for the show tonight. So I guess I'll stop giving you a hard time.
Can I continue? Can I continue doing it though throughout the show?
You feel free.
Okay, thanks.
Since I can't, someone has to.
All right, I'll do it.
I'd like to welcome everyone in the chat room. There's some familiar faces there. If you want to watch and chat live with us every Monday, you can do that. Monday nights, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You can come and watch the show at InsideDisneyInfinity.com, and that's where you can chat with us. Right now, the people in the chat room are really digging Jason's very patriotic shirt.
Yeah, that's right. Let's just say, America.
Yeah, America.
Well, also, can I point out that my favorite person is here? I like turtles, and they're the ones pointing at the shirt. When I tell you, I like that turtles person. They really click with me. Jason, tell us about the shirt. What did you call it a minute ago?
I think I technically called it the Document of Independence or something.
Independency.
I bought it in a Disney World gift shop. What can I say?
I love
serious?
the fact that you still got it at Disney. There's a Disney connection there.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I'm hardcore on this show. Like, I've got to wear something Disney related. It's too hot for my Donald hat.
Oh, are we still in roundtable mode or no?
Sure.
Thank you, William.
You're welcome.
Jason, this is sort of for you. Do you guys, I don't know if you follow me very much on the internet. Will, you do. I collect movie posters, lots of them. I have like tons of them here, and they're vintage, and they're done by artists, and they go through a company called Mondo, and Mondo releases a poster by an artist off of any movie that they want to do, and they sell out in seconds. Well, this coming up weekend, I'm driving to Austin, Texas, because that's where their headquarters is, because they're having the first and only licensed Disney show where they're selling all of these stuff. We're spending the night in front of the place. Jason, they have some of these really cool old vintage ones of stuff that you would like they have a really cool Rescuers one. I'm going to send you the link, and if there's something that you want, let me know, and I'll grab it for you, because they'll be gone. But they're really valuable and really cool. I thought about it, and if you guys are interested, they don't think they have any Infinity stuff, but it's still Disney related, right, Will?
Yeah, send me the link too, man, because I collect posters as well.
No. You send me the link to your friend with Club 33, and then I'll pick you up a poster.
I figured that's what was going to happen.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to trade deets. Steve, does that have anything to do with South by Southwest?
It's pre-South by Southwest. Unfortunately, it's the same weekend because it's going to be a madhouse over there.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was another one. But it has nothing to do with the thing. It's just this company's massive. You could look them up. You should do it. They're mondotees.com. And if you look it up, you'll see all the different movie posters. And if you like movies, then you'll love it. But they have some amazing Disney ones, and they're doing a whole show about it. And I saw some of their stuff, and I thought about Jason just because he likes the old stuff. If I see a Condor Man poster, I will freak out. I mean, I'm not joking around. That's the kind of stuff that they will have. So
that's awesome.
Yep. So anyway, Jason, you have to get in touch with me off air when Will's not on here taking over.
I'll let you know when you send me the link.
Okay.
Did your Birds poster go to a good home?
No, but it's that same company. I don't know if you saw that, but
I did.
no one's claimed it yet. You can claim it, Will.
I just did. Dibs.
Did you?
Yep. Right now, live.
Oh. You can do it live, but you need a way for us to close that show. That's the whole point.
Oh, I have to actually put in effort.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. You actually have to listen to something else that I do. Being that I plug your show on every other show that I do, but I don't get the recognition. We're like drifting lovers, you and I, Will. We used to be close, but now we're completely falling apart.
Why are you calling him your lover? That's just weird.
I'm saying we're like that. We used to be close, but we're drifting away. We need therapy.
Oh, okay. Before this show gets any more down that rabbit hole, I will listen to your show, Steve, and I will contribute, and I will do anything I can. I'm a Hitchcockian, so.
You know what? I'll bet you Jason will.
Yeah.
He's a truth.
Anyway, let's get along with the show. How does that sound, you guys?
Ready.
You don't like me derailing the conversation all the way?
I love it. All I do know, though, is I was absent for like 3 minutes. How long did it take before Pirate Steve or Lloyd were made fun of?
No, but I listened to the last show, and I will not be making fun of Lloyd anymore. Now, Steve is fair game. Apparently, he has a snake problem right now. Snakes are trying to infiltrate his garage, but
I saw that.
Lloyd gave a very sarcastic note to me on the show the other day, and I appreciated the sarcasm. I know he wasn't genuine, but I appreciate it, so we're good. I have a feeling I'll be bumping into Lloyd again in the future, so I don't want to burn that bridge. But Steve, that's okay. I don't really care what Pirate says.
Yeah. He's your brother from
Another
Disney
mother.
World.
That's right.
So I did want to do a follow-up from last week. Last week we talked about the tower from Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to pretend to pronounce it correctly again. Steve, I'm sure you probably know it. It's Orthonk, is that it? Anyway, he listened to the show last week, and we were talking how we would love to see a frame of reference for scale. And as he was listening, or shortly thereafter, last week's show, he put Cinderella's castle next to it. Look at that massive structure. That's insane. The crazy part is it's all blocks. I can't believe there's enough memory there to memory in the game to allow that many blocks. That's crazy. Because Cinderella's castle is pretty massive.
Does that have a difference on platform? Does one give you more room in the memory? Like, does a PS3 do more than an Xbox, or is it the exact same?
They're the same with the exception of the Wii.
Oh, okay.
So,
wait, the Wii U or just the regular Wii?
Just the regular Wii. The Wii U has the same.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet looking right there.
That's cool.
Jefferson put on a hat.
No one was wearing a hat. I felt that.
You had to. Pirate's normally the one who wears hats, so thank you for putting on your Kermit.
Is that a Kermit hat? It is a Kermit hat, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's Kermit, all right. Yay!
So that Blue Punch Buggy is who made that tower. That's awesome, buddy. Thank you so much for... What?
What?
Thanks again for putting that Cinderella Castle there for scale. So that's the only follow-up we have from last week. Now let's get along with the news. And actually, the first item on here is a Toys R Us update. So I'm just going to go ahead and send that to your way, Travis, because you can find this info at vinylmationkingdom.com. That's where this is coming from. So Travis, you want to talk a little bit about this?
Well, yeah, my friends from Toys R Us contacted me, and there were some developments this past week in the inventories for Toys R Us. First off, Crystal Perry apparently was added to the inventory, and this is actually the same week that both EB Games and JB Hi-Fi in Australia took Crystal Perry off of the pre-orders. So I don't know what's going on with that. Then there was a buzz that was added to the.
That is not me.
Still got me there?
Yep, we're still here.
Okay. There was a buzz that was added to the inventory also, and they don't know. At the time, we didn't know if it was glow-in-the-dark or crystal because you have the crystal buzz that Toys R Us said was going to be strictly for the toy box. The Race to Space Toy Story pack or Toy Box pack last fall, and they said multiple times that they were going to have that exclusive to that pack. However, today someone posted a picture from a Canadian advertisement showing that it was in fact crystal buzz that will be coming out singularly as a single purchase.
So not the glow buzz.
Yeah, and that looks like they're going to have Crystal Perry's probably going to be the middle of April, and Crystal Buzz is going to be the end of March, beginning of April.
Okay.
Now there was no new release information on the 2 remaining power discs. They're in the system, but showing inventory. I don't know. My phone's going crazy. Sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, but another thing was with Toys R Us is the Girl Power 3-pack that had Vanellope, Rapunzel, and Violet. That was taken out of the the Toys R Us database, as well as the Wreck-It Ralph 2-pack, which was supposed to be pre-early, timed exclusive in March, and then retail release in beginning of April. Best Buy actually has advertisements up showing that they're going to be for sale. So I don't know whether that Toys R Us is just not getting it or they're taking them off the stocks. I don't know. But both the Girl Power 3-pack and the Wreck-It Ralph 2-pack came off of the inventory list for Toys R Us this week.
Interesting.
And that's about it for Toys R Us update.
Jason, did you see anything about the crystal being removed from JB Hi-Fi?
No, I didn't notice. I got my pre-order in. I pre-ordered it like the week after it came up on the store, and I haven't received any information about it. So
you might want to check it out because it got removed this week. It said no longer available for pre-order.
Okay, well maybe they just sold out of their allotment.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
I don't know. With such a patriotic shirt, I'm sure you could talk some American into sending you one if they had to.
And that
because you can't get the other ones anymore either. Like they've taken all the Crystal Jack and all that stuff off the store as well. So I'm guessing it's probably, considering I haven't got any emails saying, oh, sorry, we're not doing that anymore or whatever, I'm assuming it just means that they've probably sold out of their pre-order stock allotments, I'd say.
EB Games, though, their link totally died. They don't even have it up anymore. It goes to a dead link.
That's not unusual for EB Games. They're pretty crummy.
Okay.
That's funny. Well, cool. Well, that's some good info there, Travis. Thank you for that. It's a bummer we still haven't gotten any news about those 2 unreleased gold packs.
Yeah, they're in the system, but they've been in the system since August. Unfortunately, both of them don't have inventory numbers at the warehouses or on their way to stores or anything. They're marked with a big old X. So who knows what's going on with them? As of right now, Merlin's not available anywhere in the United States, and Chrome Damage Increaser is only available as part of the Race to Space Toy Box Pack.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that. This next bit of news, actually, you guys reported on as well, Vinomation Kingdom, and this was a real surprise to me. I thought we were going to see a little bit about this in this week's Toy Box TV with Johnny V and Allison, but they did have an interview with one of the devs of the PC version of Disney Infinity. But this news is actually saying that on the PC version, you can now play playsets.
Mm-hmm.
So has anyone had a chance to try this out yet? I have not.
I did.
Did you? Okay.
Well, in order to Roger and I, the other admin at over on Vinomation Kingdom, decided that one of us needed to look at it, and he didn't have it downloaded. So I tried to play the Monsters Inc., and the controls are very, very crappy. Like, the keyboard strokes, the keys you have to press on the keyboard are so interspersed, and you have to work the mouse sometimes at the same time. They're doable, and you can purchase them if you haven't unlocked them already with characters. You can purchase them separately, which is interesting. But I didn't care for it. It also bogged down my computer. Granted, I don't have the best computer in the world, but it bogged it down sufficiently.
So have you played around in the toy boxes at all with them in the past before?
When it first came out and I downloaded it, I played it in the toy box. I didn't really care for it. I got around okay, well enough, but you were limited because you didn't have many. You only were given a certain amount of toys. You were only given certain characters, but your codes unlocked other characters. Now you're getting a lot more if you want to purchase it, or if you unlock more characters. Because all but one character I have unlocked so far, and that's Sorcerer Mickey, and that's just because I haven't entered the code online yet. So.
Well, and so was the control issue? Was it present in the toy when you're playing in the toy? Like, is it a PC issue, or is it slower?
It's a PC issue.
Okay.
In order to move around, you have to press certain controls.
Yeah.
And they didn't flow well with especially when you're trying to attack or move around and try to place stuff. It's not, for me, it's not the greatest in the world.
Well, Jason, you've connected a USB controller, haven't you, to the PC version, or no?
Yeah, well, through a hacked
okay. So there's no native controller support.
No, not for.
Okay.
I had to use a whatever you call it, a keyboard mapper to map the keystrokes to the controller, and it still wasn't the best experience at all. But I'd be interested to know, is the PC version the same as the Windows 8 app version? Do you know?
I don't personally know. I don't think it is. They're trying to keep it separate. You can't do the same. Your characters don't translate the same in the apps as they do with the computer version, from what I understand.
Because we discovered that the Windows 8 app is the same low-resolution textures that are present on the iPad. So I'm just wondering whether it's because I think I've got both installed. To be honest, I think I've got the Windows 8 app version and the built-in version, the actual PC version.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know about that, Jason, and I'll also give it a shot tomorrow with my work machine and see if those functionalities have been built into that app. Travis, is there the ability to use PowerDisk?
Yeah, there's different abilities. Well, one, you can, if you don't unlock your characters with the codes, you can purchase the characters in the playsets. Each playset you can purchase, it comes with one character, 2 toy box items, and then the playset. And then you can purchase all the playsets if you haven't already unlocked them. You can purchase them all for one low price of $74.99, which is quite reasonable. But you're not getting your toys, you're not getting your you're not getting the playability factor.
Does that 74 give you everything, or what exactly?
$74.99 gives you all the playsets with the characters that come with the playsets. Then you can purchase your character packs. I think single characters are $4.99, and then they have a 20 character a 21 character initial pack and then an 11 character expansion pack. But if you buy the characters and have them as toys, those codes that you get with the toys unlock the characters in the game.
That's cool. Lauren in the chat room, Myigitis, is saying that yes, they are slightly different. So looks like what you guys are saying is correct. The Windows 8 app is more like the iPad app, where the PC version is slightly different.
Yeah, and with you were asking about the power discs. Power discs, you can purchase your toys and your terrain changes that are on hexagonal power discs. You can purchase. You can't purchase circle power discs. But
that's interesting.
Well, because I don't think there's no way to give the ability with the circle disc in the playset, because you don't have a place to put the disc underneath the character.
Right, and with the terrain and textures, it's just a matter of cycling through them.
Right, that's what and I have a feeling I didn't play much with it because I didn't want to purchase the power discs. Because you can't, if you own the power discs in real life, there's no codes you can enter to transfer, so you have to buy the power discs brand new if you want to have them in the PC version.
Cool.
The interesting thing is that they've actually done it, though. They've actually done what we said they would never do and give you an option to buy characters without buying the actual figures.
But you go backwards. If you buy the character, if you buy Sorcerer Mickey, let's say, in the PC version, it doesn't unlock it in the console version. They're keeping that specifically separate. It's
a bit of a the fact that it still works the opposite way. If you buy so obviously you're better to buy the Mickey figure because it'll unlock on everything. But still, the fact that they're open to the idea of selling character packs without figures may mean that might be an option for DI2 maybe on the consoles. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Also, another thing was all my characters started back out at level 0 on the PC version. It's totally separate. You're playing the characters two separate characters. They're not the same character as far as memory, as far as experience, as far as powers, stuff like that. They're separate. So.
Interesting. Well, cool. Well, that's good. I like the fact that they've updated it, and sounds like they've made quite a few updates to that version to make it a little more full-featured and comparable to the console version. So I think that's a win in everyone's book, right?
Yeah.
So. Awesome. All right. Well, gents, that's all for the news I have, unless anyone else has anything. Bueller?
I got Disney Infinity on the iPad last week. I gave an iPad mini to my daughter for her birthday, and my gosh, does it run like rubbish.
Did you get the old mini?
Yes, the non-ret. I thought they were the same. I thought the Retina display just had the higher resolution screen. Is there a higher processor as well, is it?
Yeah, a lot higher processor and a lot faster GPU. So
I was going to say we had it on my iPad 3, as I talked about for a while, and then we got an iPad Mini Retina just a couple of months ago, and it runs almost perfectly on there. It's beautiful, actually, how it works. Very seamless. So.
Well, yes, it's rubbish on iPad 2. There you go.
Could be an Australian thing too.
Probably.
But that's all right. It's cool. I look forward to playing, I guess, in the toy box, and if it's not too frustrating with its slowness, but should be interesting.
Well, yeah, let us know after you've had a little more hands-on with that if it is usable for you.
Will do.
All right, gents. Well, let's keep things moving along. Now it's time for the weekly toy box section. If you want to find out our thoughts, and more specifically Jason's thoughts on the toy boxes each week, make sure you check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/Disney Infinity TV. And Jason runs through each week the entirety of the toy boxes and reviews each one of them. So he doesn't want to spoil that. So Jason, what was your favorite toy box of the week?
Definitely Mighty Gitis. Al's Quest was a beautiful piece, and the one before it, I can't remember its name, was similar. It was a front runner.
Jafar's Wish?
Maybe.
A villain's Jafar's back and has taken over Agrabah. Defeat guards, avoid traps.
It was the one that was kind of similar concept. That was like the whole Aladdin journey. Honestly, and it ended with a really cool battle with the snake, which I thought was really quite creative. It was going to take the cake, but then Mighty's, what do you call it, carpet ride at the end really sealed the deal for me. I just thought that was a sensational moment. And the first time that I can recall an example of a cutscene in a toy box. And anyone who's watched it, there's a scene where it cuts to the shot of the monkey, which is escaping. What is it? Abu, the monkey's name, falling down in the cave, and it was a beautiful, as I said, to me, felt like a legit cutscene in a game. First time I've ever seen anything like that I can recall. So full credits for that, and full credits for yet another, I guess, arguably cutscene at the end when you finally do the ride on the carpet. It cuts to a wide shot of this beautiful nighttime scene. It's just amazing. Well worth playing. Must get onto it.
That's awesome.
Check it out on the video. All the praise is there and more.
Awesome. Well, congrats, Mighty Jidus.
Lauren and I talk on Facebook a lot, and she was actually really not wanting to submit it because she didn't know how it would do. She never thought she would get first, let alone even place. So that's showing real talent there when she didn't think it was worthy for it, and she ended up getting first with it. So.
Or was that just a clever sneak attack?
Could be. I have no control over the toy box submissions and stuff, and she was talking with me privately about it, so I don't know.
That's cool. Like I said, she's in the chat room, and she's really excited, Jason, that you recognize that, yes, it was a cutscene! Exclamation point.
It felt like it. It was amazing. I was just like, that was just a cutscene. I literally thought that. I think I said that. I can't remember. I'm kind of delirious that early in the morning when I'm reviewing the toy boxes, which I think is the best time.
What time is it when you review those?
Anywhere between 8:30 and about 10 o'clock in the morning. I usually review those.
Yeah, because he does it right before show start. So, a few hours before show start.
I changed the time. I used to do it the day of, on the Friday, which is the day that they release overnight for me, and I could play them on the Friday morning. But I can never remember them for the show, and here I am, played it only 4 hours ago, still can't remember them. So what's the point, really? That's why the beauty of YouTube. It's just all recorded there for me, so go check it out.
You have a steel trap memory, my friend.
Yes.
Yeah,
awesome.
Gets in.
What was that?
Steel trap, nothing gets in.
Yeah. Yeah, but everything escapes.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it's that time of the show again where we are continuing our discussion on Disney Infinity 2. If you would like to chat with us and give us your ideas, please do so each week. You can email us at info@InsideDisneyInfinity.com. Give us your thoughts on either the topic that we mentioned this week or any previous week's discussion or anything you would like to see in Disney Infinity 2, and we would love to mention it on the show. So with that, Jason, you came up with this week's idea. Do you just want to kind of introduce it?
I think I come up with all the ideas, Wills, just to be honest.
There's my boy.
But
excuse me. Let me remove this knife from my back.
No, inspired by my discussion of playsets, specifically He-Man playsets. That's my biggest issue with Disney Infinity, and it's calling its playsets, if that makes any sense, because in my opinion, a playset is not what Disney Infinity are providing. I believe a playset is a single set piece that's interactive and can be used. If, for example, a He-Man castle has an elevator, has whatever, and so through the week I was thinking of what I would do with playsets, and hopefully we as a team can come up with a few things, because to be honest, when I started down the road, I was actually struggling to think of key pieces that would make a cool playset. But one of the first things I thought of was a solution to the situation we've had where we've always said it'd be cool to have ships in Disney Infinity, but we don't have a water mechanic in Disney Infinity 1. Well, I started thinking down the road of, well, what would a normal toy manufacturer do if they were given the license for Pirates of the Caribbean and they wanted to make a ship? Well, I realized they could imagine a Black Pearl pirate ship that's basically like a car. So it's basically a big car, but it has ship rolling action, if you know what I mean. If you've ever seen a toy like that, I bought one for my daughter at Christmas time, a big pirate ship. And as you push it along, it has this pirate roll action. You could totally have something like that with working cannons on the side, and I think that's a really cool way of introducing ships specifically. But the point is that it's a Black Pearl. It's a massive accessory playset that you can put any character on, because that's the other caveat to Disney Infinity playsets, is that you can't mix the actual playset pieces with non-franchised characters. So that's one example. The other example before I pass on is I've said many a time before, I love the idea of a Pirates of the Caribbean ride playset that comes complete with the water flume boat track system as part of the package, that you can then break that up and then use that for other things. But can you guys think of any other really cool Disney-related set pieces that would make sense as a play set in traditional toy terms? So castles, those sorts of things.
Well, when I got the show notes, I was actually thinking, like, you know how the Dragon Gate, you place a Dragon Gate, and one of the things that unlocks is a pre-built world? What if, like, you placed the Haunted Mansion and it unlocks a pre-built challenge or pre-built area that's basically the ride?
Yeah, I love that. I love the idea of a working stretching room in a Haunted Mansion playset. Like, that'd be a really cool elevator mechanic to put in the game, and it's a stretching room. I think that'd be cool.
So if I'm understanding both of you correctly, based on Travis's idea, what would be interesting is if you unlock something in the toy box, but then that would also kind of unlock this mini adventure. And I don't mean like the adventures that it unlocks with characters, but like an adventure within that quote-unquote playset or set piece.
Well, yeah, basically to keep memory issues, in check, not have it as part of the actual toy box, but have it where you can go then to it. If like you place the Haunted Mansion piece, you go up to it and it enacts a ability to travel to a separate area, like a challenge or the pre-built toy box world, and then you can always go back to your toy box.
That's a really cool idea. I had a similar concept this morning. I was thinking exactly that. I was thinking, how cool would it be if you had a Millennium Falcon playset that you can fly around as a normal Millennium Falcon throughout the toy box, but then with a hit of a button, it switches to a interior toy box playset, so to speak, where you can actually use your character, walk around completely in the Millennium Falcon, maybe play a mini game on the guns or whatever. But it's just always a button switch away to cut to an external camera shot, and you've got a Millennium Falcon that you can fly around a normal toy box. That's the kind of example I think that's a really cool idea of using something like that.
Interesting.
I like it. I don't know all the mechanics involved with it and how easy it would be.
It doesn't matter. We'll just call it easy.
Well, I think something like that would require reloading the world. But the great part about that is you aren't constrained by the memory constraints that you were in the previous section.
Can you think of any specific vehicles, though? The only one I could think of, other than, the Black Pearl's a good example, but I thought maybe I think there's one of these in the movie Planes, the aircraft
carrier.
Ship, what do you call it? Yeah, the aircraft carrier. Okay. That'd be a pretty cool playset that's got like some form of vehicle launching mechanic on top of it, so to speak, that you can launch aircraft if we ever get aircraft into the game, or Dumbo for that matter. You know what I mean? Like a rocket launcher type, like the start of what's that ride? Rock and Roller Coaster. That kind of a mechanic. That was a cool thing. But can you think of any other, say, sort of vehicles type big playsets? Other than, we could go through some of the castles that we'd like to see as playsets, but
someone in the chat, I like Turtle said, I need a Disney Cruise Line toy.
Very cool.
That'd be amazing. I don't really know what you would do, but I would love it.
Well, let's say you place the ship in the toy box, and then you go up to the ship, and then it loads up a replica of the ship, pre-built toy box world that you can explore.
You know what one of the challenges would be? To see how long you'd wait in line to meet Minnie Mouse by the stairs. That'd be an awesome line.
That is a classic.
See how
I'd
much
like to
buffet
see.
food you can eat.
I'd like to see Tailspin's plane. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh,
As a
Well,
playset piece.
you kind of stole one of mine earlier when you were talking Star Wars. I know it's a Star Wars show for another time. But what about the AT-ATs, the big walking around guys? Those are my favorite. Now, clearly the Millennium Falcon is awesome because you could fly around. But I always just love the mechanics of the AT-AT walking around. And if you were going to go inside and there were different levels and you had guns on each different side, not too far off from the way the Pirates ones worked. Because in the Pirates one, you were a ship and you were steering it and you could also launch. But with two-player, because I always played with my kid, she would man the guns and it would look different. And then the camera would what? It would zoom away and Jack or whoever you are could run around and do stuff on the ship. Not much to do on the ship, but I like that idea of making it a little more intricate. And I would love to see a walking around AT-AT. I think that'd be sweet.
that'd be awesome. While you're at it, throw in the Death Star.
See, that's the first thing I said. When you mentioned this, though, I misunderstood the thing. Like Travis said in the show notes, you can't really move. You know, a Death Star would be like an external thing, and you could fly in, and you could do the trench run, whatever it's called, do all that. Then you could go inside, and there's an endless amount of stuff to do on the inside. That's like they say, it's a planet. There's levels. There's tons you could do, but you can't really do anything. You can't move the ship. What are you gonna do? Blow up planets with the gun? That's the only thing that the Death Star can do, right?
Well, I don't think it. I think a vehicle is one option, but then something, and it's kind of interesting listening to the progression of this conversation, but kind of seems like the only requirements for this discussion is having something that has an exterior and then can also have an interior.
Well, then the Death
some
Star
ways.
Very good point. Very good point.
Then that would have been my first thing, except when Jason said you wanted it to move, I thought I misunderstood.
No, it doesn't need to move. I just think, to me, the definition of a playset is exactly what Will said. It's some singular thing. It's not a group of items. It's one concept thing. It's got an interior, and inside that interior, or it could be on the exterior, it's got one or two gimmicky little things that it brings to the table as far as fun things that you can do. So.
Well, what about the submarine from Atlantis?
Yeah,
Totally.
The geographer actually in the chat room brought that up.
No, we didn't.
Yes, he did.
You great minds right there, great minds.
That's what I mean. Like, you think Star
man.
Wars, and look at all the Star Wars toys. You got all the the Jawa thing, that big vehicle. Like, Star Wars has been doing tons of play sets for years. You got the Hoth battle thing, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm trying to think of any Disney related. Can you think of any Disney like is there a Incredibles home base?
No.
You know what I mean?
They made one for the playset, but there really wasn't.
No, I mean.
There was Syndrome's Island, though.
Yeah, that's I guess that's what I mean. I was trying to think.
What
like,
about
don't they sell the big truck from Cars as a playset that holds all the other cars?
Mac,
toys?
yeah, you can buy Mac, and he holds the little die-cast cars.
So that'd be that's probably on the lower end or the lamer side of a playset that I could think of, but I can't think of anything.
What about a pre-box toy? They when they did the Toy Story challenge, someone built a replica of Andy's room. What if they built a pre-built toy box world of Andy's room, but you go in and you can actually race with race car, and you can actually do the different stunts and stuff from that movie in his toy room. It would be interactive, a little gimmicky maybe, but
yeah, I could go with that.
What about the ship from Up? The Zeppelin.
Oh yeah, the Zephyr.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I've only ever seen that movie once. Even the house with the balloons would still be a cool playset.
Well, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Did you just say you've only seen Up once?
Yes, sorry, once.
Oh my mind was just blown. That's insane. You are missing out on a large chunk of who I am.
I had a friend that told me the other day that she hasn't seen Wreck-It Ralph yet. So.
Oh come on, please. She's just joking with you. She wanted to see you put your hand through a window.
I almost did.
The Up one, Will, was that you that suggested? Because that's a really great one. The Spirit of Adventure. Yeah.
There you go.
I should just look at my own notes here. I've put the Lost Boys treehouse from Peter Pan. Like, I think that's a pretty cool one. They can have some really cool slides and slingshot action or whatever in it. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, someone just said Rocketeer blimp. You know me, I'll
Oh.
say anything Rocketeer. You know.
Dude, I don't even remember anything about the Rocketeer other than what he looks like, so
How
I have to
about
rewatch that one.
Cusco's Palace?
I
Which
already
one?
said that. I said Cusco's Palace, and you guys talked right over me.
Yeah,
I think-
well, I meant more important.
I think Will did that on purpose. Actually, he's had enough of the Cusco talk from me.
I did
Well,
it,
while
but
we're on
Jason.
it, obviously all the castles would be amazing. Like the Beauty and the Beast castle would be amazing if you had like the flower. If you could like go to, if it was like built so that you could traverse all the interior and go to all the famous, sections of those castles for the movies. Obviously the Frozen castle.
Can you please include Tim Curry as the big organ? Have you ever seen the second movie had Tim Curry as a freaking evil organ? It was awesome.
No, does not recall at all. Muppets would have some pretty cool play sets. Like I'd like to see the pirate ship from Muppet Treasure Island.
Or what about just a studio?
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be very cool. A Muppet Studio play set. That blows my mind that there's not more, that Disney hasn't come up with more big sort of vehicle things like that. I must be just forgetting them.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would say, I mean, they included stuff. The only interactivity that I've seen from any of those is Scrooge McDuck's Money Bin opening up.
Yes.
So that to me leads me to believe that it's a technical limitation of the current one. So hopefully.
And that's a very good example of what I would define as a playset piece, because it's separate from any world in any of the thingos, and it has this singular action that is interesting, and it's very telling of what it is. And the same with the Matterhorn. I think that's another good example of what I would define as a playset piece, because it's got the track running throughout it, so to speak. I think that's really, really cool.
And Phineas's water slide, that's interactive. You can go see.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Definitely.
Ninjographer is throwing up a few ideas. Princess and the Frog Treehouse, Treasure Planet ship. That's a fun one too.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, that's what I mean. They've got so much wealth of stories out there. There's got to be stuff there that's,
Yeah.
I guess Winnie the Pooh's place would be a kind of cool place set, I guess.
His honey tree, yeah, that would be cool.
Putz 2000 in the chat room is saying Wall-E spaceship.
The Axiom.
The Axiom would be perfect. There's a lot of stuff too. I think someone brought that up a little while ago on a Wall-E discussion, but that's one of the ones that I think has the most potential too.
I think you've nailed it though, Will. I think you've nailed it down to the very definition that I think to do it properly in a digital realm, you have to have some form of outer physical representation of the item, and then be able to somehow switch and travel a vaster interior of that particular item. I think that's the absolute key, so that you can create. That's kind of similar to what I've mentioned way earlier when we started talking Di2 stuff, is that idea of being able to link worlds, so kind of somewhat like the portal. So when you go through a portal, you can go to a whole different section. That's a whole nother experience.
So I have a question then for the group. I feel like the internal scale needs to be smaller, because otherwise what we're talking about right now is it's literally the playsets if they had an exterior. And so there needs to be something to distinguish the two of those, I think. Even if it's like in the toy box and you kind of have the shell, like all classic playsets, and it opens up when you press the button, and then you have some like interactivity inside there. It makes it a little more immersive. That's an idea.
I totally agree. I think that's brilliant. And I think it would depend on the actual, as you said, it would depend on the actual playset piece. Because if it's like Scrooge's Money Bin, well, that might not be worth having a whole interior that you can explore. Mm-hmm. That's fine just to have the roof. And if it's something like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, well, that's something that you want to be modular, so you can edit quite easily and so on. So that's the kind of thing you want it to be, a track and individual scenes from the ride that can be placed, wherever you want. But they come stock in the official ride configuration. But then things like the Millennium Falcon, any vehicle type situation or hideout, that's something, or a castle, you definitely want to go into a bigger, but not as big as a full-on playset. I think that's a really cool. I think Next Gen's got the power to do that, to be honest. To be able to have internal worlds like that within, a bigger world map, so to speak.
Would it really be that difficult? Because if you think about it right now, when you go from different worlds to different worlds, it's a series of loading. It'll take a second to load and it'll fade, and then you're in the other one. If you were, for example, in a Wally one, and you were on the outside of the Axiom, and you had different little characters on the outside, and you could fly around and do your thing, and if you found one of the many portals that was like an entrance, just like in Pirates, and you went inside, it doesn't seem like that's that far out of the realm of the possibility right now. I mean, you talk about next gen, you have more stuff to do it with, but I mean, it seems to me like it's pretty close to doing it, and it's not that far off from what we actually have. Your idea earlier of the vehicle thing that you can actually control and do stuff, that's sort of different than what I had in mind when you're talking about it. When you talk about something like that, you're really limited to about 5 different things. The Axiom is a perfect one because it's big, but you can't really control it. Your idea of the Millennium Falcon is about as flawless as it gets because it flies around. It can be used in many different ways, and it's big enough on the inside to have rooms and stuff like that. So I think that that's about perfect. I also like to disagree with Will most of the time, so I choose to side with you, Jason.
Well, I think, and if you look at the existing castle that we've got, I don't know which castle it is. Was that Cinderella's castle? Is that based on Disney World? That one?
Yeah, Disney World.
Yeah, so that's pretty big as it is, and it's got more than enough room based on its size to be able to have. They could build in, obviously because that's modular based, that castle, but they could easily have something that size that you could have many different rooms inside.
And not to argue, but I guess my point is it really is limited based on context, and if I don't see the Axiom being something that makes sense in the toy box. I see it being something that makes sense in its own.
100%. No, it wouldn't work in a toy box. There's no way it would work in a toy box, which is why I said that his idea of the Millennium Falcon or an AT-AT or the sub from whatever is perfect. But when you said playset earlier, I thought you meant something that was more, bigger sort of.
Well, what if you play something to represent the Axiom in the toy box, and by doing so, you could access or get transported, per se, to a pre-built toy box world that had the Axiom that you could explore at that point.
I don't get what you mean.
Well, how, let's say you're at in the Toy Story world, when you transport to the simulator area, you transport to a different area.
Right.
In the toy box, let's say you place something like representing the Axiom, like a statue of the Axiom, and a character walks up to the Axiom, that statue, and they can teleport to a pre-built toy box world that had the Axiom that you could explore.
Okay, so what you're saying is in your toy box that you're making, you could put something down that would be an action piece that would be something that would take you to the Axiom ship. So pretty much what you're talking about is a toy box linked playset kind of thing that you could take any character to. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. But like with the Dragon Gate, you place the Dragon Gate, you unlock a pre-built toy box world. You didn't have to have the Dragon Gate in your toy box in order to access that world.
Yeah, that's what you said earlier, but I haven't unlocked that because Pirate Steve refuses to help me, so I don't know what that's like yet. So
what do you have? Do you have Xbox or?
I have a PS3.
Sorry.
Yeah, I accept your apology.
No, I think these are very interesting ideas. I like the idea of the portal system. I think if it's on a smaller scale than a playset, then it would even work in a toy box. You just warp to that area. And then I also like the other ideas where it's like you press a button and something physically happens as you watch it, and then you can see a different perspective of it and have a little more interaction.
Yeah, I think it makes, and I guess the key difference here is that you'd be buying play sets for your toy box, so to speak. So you could almost argue, I mean, they have got that a little bit because obviously you're getting vehicles. Like I would call the Dumbo vehicles, I would call any vehicle like that playset-esque because it is something that is you're using your existing figures to interact with. But I just like to see it on a bigger scale so you can actually get the Haunted Mansion playset and then utilize it in your own toy boxes.
Jason, in your crazy world where you wear flag shirts, would your thing be, if you had the Millennium Falcon thing for an example, would it come in the form of a disc?
I've actually got something I wanted. I've got an idea that I want to share on next week's show. But in a nutshell, yes, I guess.
Don't
yes.
blow it. I just want Will to recognize that I had such a brilliant idea that it segues into
I
a
got
future show.
I got a really cool idea for
Good
that
job.
next week.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, do you want to mention next week's topic then, Jason?
Okay, so next week we're going to be talking about how we deal with the power discs, weapons, and accessories in our crazy version of Infinity 2. And I'm excited about what we're discussing. I think we're going to have a really, really cool Star Wars show when we eventually have it to discuss those sorts of things in context of things like that with playsets and stuff. Like it just makes it's really easy to draw the parallels, isn't it? Because Star Wars has had toys since its genesis, so to speak. So it's a good example to parallel what Infinity holds. So that's next week. We're Power Disc, Weapons and Accessories. Send your emails this week. Perhaps for that particular question, how would you deliver a playset like we discussed in Disney Infinity 2?
Awesome. Great, and you can send that to info@InsideDisneyInfinity.com. Awesome, gents. Well, that was a great conversation. I think that we have all earned some entertainment. I'm here for anyone who wants to stop listening to the show now. You can. We'll roll the outro here in just a few minutes, but we have one other special thing. That's going to be it for the normal part of our show this week, but we are lucky enough to have one more member of the show joining the Vegimite ranks, or close to it. Travis.
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well,
You don't have Vegimite.
I don't have Vegimite. I got the British version Marmite.
So it won't taste quite as good, but that's all right.
Hey, I had to travel down to New York City to get this at a specialty food store. They didn't even have a price on it. They had to go try to find out what the price was. They had it on the shelf with no price. That's how much they sell this crap.
Too high end. Too high end.
It actually was really cheap. Just nobody wants it.
No. It's just too exclusive. It's not worth putting the price on. It's like if you can't afford it, then don't buy it.
Oh, you can. I think
so have you got the freaky round bread? That's the pattern here. Have you got normal square bread?
I got a weird piece of bread. It's the last piece of bread I have in the house. Deal with it.
The crust. That's all right.
The crust, yes.
That'll work well.
I love the fact that round bread is freaky bread.
I've never seen round bread in my life like that bread. That just...
I was going to get round bread, but I decided to just not deal with it. It's coming out like paste. Oh, God.
Hey, Jason, have you gone to Google or gone to YouTube? I tried to search for the Vegemite theme song for this.
Yes.
Do you know the sad thing is when you type it in, the first thing that comes up is Vegemite Challenge, and it's 50 people doing the exact same thing that we've done?
Are you kidding me?
Nope, look it up. Clearly, we are in the minority. You are that thinks this is good because there are countless people that do the same thing, and they all gag.
This thing looks nasty.
It's all edited. They just edit out all the people that like it.
It stinks so horribly bad, by the way.
What does it smell like? Give the folks at home.
What does it smell like?
Keep it PG.
It just smells rancid. It smells like rancid, like from very fermented beer. Because that's basically what it is. It's fermented yeast and other stuff.
Now I just have to ask: are you going to screenshot yourself? Because if so, that's going to be very awkward.
Don't worry, Steve. I'm on it.
Let me get it up and running. I will screenshot myself doing this.
Will, I want a screenshot of you just now. You like leaned in. You were all intense. You were like, "I got this, man. I got this."
Look at mine. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, let me go. Ready?
All right, let's see it.
Oh, good consistency.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh,
Congratulations, you're part of the team.
Oh God, I have to catch myself on this thing. This is nasty. I am not. No. One bite. That's it.
Describe.
Oh, come on! You got to do more. Give us one more.
I can't. It's burning in the roof of my mouth.
It has a chemical reaction.
Yeah, there's something in it. It's nasty.
Oh, come on now.
You want me to
You know
try
you
this
want
one?
more.
Okay, fine. You know what? Here.
Oh, what a true. Let him go, Will. What's
Well,
wrong with you?
I just needed. I couldn't get a good picture, so I needed. Oh, I just missed it again.
Oh, right there. I had it.
you guys are having fun for this, aren't you? This second bite's even worse than the first one.
I'll have to make a special trip to McDonald's to get a fresh batch so I can send it to Pirate Steve and Lloyd.
Ah,
Yeah. Yes, except that fresh batch will come 3 months late.
Yeah.
oh. I have a whole batch. I have a whole jar here of it that you.
You're not going to eat that? I thought you'd eat that for lunch.
Never, ever again. It's bad.
We'll
Horribly
forward
bad.
it on. Forward it on to the next victim.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got it.
I'm gonna just pass it along. Maybe I can get Johnny V to have it. Yeah, we'll try that.
Awesome.
Oh. So we need to vote. I got a couple pictures here. All right, team.
Let's do this.
Let's see.
Oh God, it hurts.
This one? Or
How many screenshots did you take?
that one? That one's a good one.
Yeah, that's it. There's no way you're gonna beat that.
That one's where he's coughing. All right. I think that's it. That's it.
Good job. Good job.
Ah, yes.
Oh, Travis.
Miserably failed.
Travis,
Thank you, my
I think
friend.
you should make that picture the wallpaper for Vinyl Kingdom for the next 24 hours.
Right.
Just really throw people off.
Yes, Ninjographer, it tastes like burning.
Oh my gosh. Awesome.
The entire team
Cool,
is
Travis.
painted. I like turtles, great. Not
Thanks
the
for-
entire team. We still got a couple more, but
Oh, yes. By the time Disney Infinity 2 comes around, everyone, and I mean everyone, will have tasted the joys of Vegimite or Marmite, whatever that stuff is called.
if Marmite's any better than Vegemite, then I don't even want to attempt Vegemite.
Jason, you said it's better or worse?
I don't know. I've never had it. Why would I go for anything other than the original? The best.
We should send him some Marmite.
Leave it up to Jason to come up with the line of the day about Vegemite. It's like, see, he was so like offended just now. Like, why in the hell would I go to anything else? Vegemite's the best thing I've ever had. Are you nuts?
I'm surprised it's not my
else is
ringtone.
child's
I should
play.
get the Vegemite children's, what is it called? Vegemite Kids, and put on my ringtone. That'd be
Yeah.
more impressive than my Haunted Mansion. Not my Haunted Mansion. What have we got? Pirates of the Caribbean ringtone.
What's your Pirates of the Caribbean ringtone sound like?
Like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's the Dead Man Tells No
Dead Man
Tales section of the
Tales.
ride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't heard it because it goes off every single episode. Just kidding.
They should have a Vegemite tool in DI2. No, they should not.
We don't want the rest of the world
What
to.
would it do? It would kill your enemies in 1 second.
There you go.
Oh,
One
here's a brief
separate-
update. How did our 8-bit representations not make the top 5 this week? I thought someone was going to create those last week. Must be next week's. Must be next week's competition, of course.
That's not very Aladdin-esque either.
Yeah, I'll look forward to that next week. What's next week's challenge?
What is next week's challenge?
Isn't it
I
the
have it
arcade
written
challenge?
down. What's that?
Wasn't it the arcade challenge, or is that due this
Yes,
week?
I think it might be the arcade challenge. Yes,
Let's go with that.
I'd fit in that. So let's see.
Get on it, folks. Let's see Jason as an 8-bit character.
Yeah, guaranteed win for the week for me.
We need to figure out something that Jason would hate from here that we could send him.
I don't think such a thing exists. There is no American equivalent to Vegemite.
After having this, I would agree with you.
Oh. All right, gentlemen, that was awesome. Travis,
Waste
again,
of
thank you
perfectly
so much
good
for
bread.
that.
Waste of perfectly good bread.
No. Would you have rather had just a spoonful without the bread?
Oh,
then I don't think it was wasted. Travis, thanks so much for coming on the show this week. You come from VinylMissionKingdom.com, and you had some awesome news for us, and you were a trooper taking the Vegimite challenge.
I don't mind doing it. It's great being here with you guys and spending some time with you. Yeah, check us out at Infinity Beyond on Facebook and VinylMissionKingdom.com/Disney Infinity or Infinity and Beyond or something like that. I don't know.
And again, thanks for the awesome picture. That was awesome.
Oh, great! Everything's awesome.
Say awesome again.
Everything is awesome.
Steve C got a smile out of that, and he's dancing. Steve, buddy, thank you so much. And you know one thing I was thinking about the other day, and it isn't because you guilted me into it this show, but why don't you tell me what podcast you are a regular on?
I love it. I've been on for 30 times and in a 24-hour marathon, and this is the first time you asked me to say what other shows that I'm on, being that you were even on one of those shows and you refused to plug it there too. I'm honored, Will. Thank you for thinking about me. Well, my name is Steve Krellin, and I am on a plethora of other shows, but the two I pride myself on most are one that does only Disney talk, and it's park stuff, news, and that's the Media Meltdown Mousecast. You can find that. It's Stitcher, iTunes, it's all of them. And then a rated R version of just movies and TV is called Media Meltdown Podcast, and I love both of them. I'm on there all the time. And Will, you were on with TJ, the Mousecast one, and that's what I do. I do that, and then in between that, I cry myself to sleep wondering when you're going to invite me on this show. So it's pretty much my life.
Since those two shows are the ones you pride yourself on the most, then...
Because I'm a full-time member. I don't have to worry if I'm going to get snubbed, if I'm going to get the Evite.
How many times have you been on the show?
I am like the rookie center fielder for the Red Sox.
How many times have you been on?
How many times have I? What do you think, Will? 7 times? 8? And then I was on the 24-hour thing for all 24 hours. What is that, Will?
Mm-hmm. So that counts as that. There's only been 33 shows. So if we're actually doing the math, then you've been on more shows or more
are you
time.
20%. Get over it.
I'm just saying, I feel like I'm a brand new rookie outfielder for the Red Sox.
I'm the brand new rookie.
One of you to get injured. You know what? Now I changed my mind. Travis, I'm waiting for you to get injured so I can take your spot next time. You're talking over me, man. I wanted to just go out and say thank you for letting me be on once again. And, Will, I like you as a friend, but, man, I'm really in the Jason camp today. You and I.
I just subscribed to both your podcasts just right now.
Yes! I love you, man.
There you go.
See what happened? I got a new
I'll be a regular.
Everyone in the chat room, go subscribe to Steve C's podcast.
Do you see what just happened now? Now I feel like a complete jerk. Yeah, here I am.
Oh wait, that's the thing that made you feel like
that is the thing. I could see. I'm done spoon feeding you lines, Will.
Oh, Jason, in your Constitution shirt. Thanks for.
No, his American document shirt.
Document of independency.
Yeah.
Good job tonight, and thanks for making my face go red once again by taking credit for the next gen topics, which you wholeheartedly deserve. So I appreciate that, buddy. Everyone in the chat room, thank you so much for listening to this week's show. Hope you enjoyed it. We had some fun in here chatting with you and listening to your ideas. Again, if you want to chat with us, do so every week, Monday night, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, inside DisneyInfinity.com. There you can also find all of our friend shows. You can just click on or friend websites. You can click on all the links on the side and access them. There's Pixar Posts, Infinity and Beyond, Disney Infinity Fans, and VG Podcasts. So make sure you do that. If you want to find us on the audio version of the show, you can do that on iTunes or Stitcher Radio, and then again, youtube.com/Disney Infinity TV. Thank you guys again. It was a blast, and thanks everyone listening. Until next time, we hope your week is filled with infinite possibilities. And we're out. Sort of. That was bad. Oh. I tried to edit my thing, and I'm like, what happened? All right, guys, or not guys, everyone in the chat room. We're going to go ahead and end the show. We had some technical difficulties, so I need to end it so I can start editing it quickly. So thanks again for listening and watching and all that fun stuff and chatting with us. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Later, everybody. I love turtles.